It's fair to say this week away was very much needed, but right up until an hour before we left, it was unsure whether we'd even get here. And as I settled into the first evening at the cottage I'd call home for the next 4 days, little did I realise how much this break would change some big aspects of my life. So let me bring you along with me for a relaxing trip to the picturesque English countryside. Morning one in the cottage. It is absolutely beautiful here. It's really nice just being somewhere so peaceful that is surrounded by countryside and there's literally no one around, which is wonderful. Right now we need to go and get some more supplies and go and get some food for tonight's dinner and the next few days. So yeah, let's go and see what the day holds. After heading into the village, the rest of the afternoon was spent exploring the grounds, soaking up the spring sunshine and enjoying the views and twinkling river, despite it being slightly scary crossing the bridge. And as the afternoon faded to evening, the warm weather called for a delicious barbecue. Day 2 of our holiday. I can't believe it's going so quickly. That just shows we're having a great time. Today we're going to do some baking, have a little bit of fun using the old range cooker over there.
We're also going to go out to the local village and get some fish and chips for dinner, which is going to be fun and very, very delicious. And maybe do some kayaking as well, because we're right by the river and they've got kayaks, and we did some yesterday, which was so much fun, and I think we're going to do it again. So yeah, day 2, let's do this.
Now, I know some might say that using a box brownie mix doesn't really count as baking, and I do agree. But when you're on holiday and you have limited ingredients, it's definitely a good option. And between you and me, there's something really dense and fudgy about box brownies which you just don't get when you make them yourself. But don't tell anyone.
On and an, okay? So I get that, don't I?
Read it and weep. Rat. Rat and two. That's a good one.
That's good.
Our final morning started with a leisurely breakfast out on the front terrace, overlooking the rushing water which was sparkling in the fresh morning sun. And after breakfast, it was time to get out on the water. We spent our final afternoon exploring the farm and enjoying the countryside that we were surrounded by. It's funny how a change of scenery can refresh the mind, and by the last day I was suitably clear of unnecessary thoughts. This trip has taught me so much about slowing down and finding peace away from the everyday stresses of life. I didn't really think that I needed a break, but it turns out it was exactly what I needed. As I was packing, I was reflecting on all of the fun times that I'd had over the last few days and the new things that I had discovered about myself. And there is one thing on holiday which is completely and utterly necessary, and that is...
the soap is coming with me.